Hello everyone and welcome to week 9. This will be the last week where a specific disability or disability category is the focus of our week. This week we've got a couple of topics that we're going to look into. So at first glance it may appear like it's a lot of material, but once you start to dig into it, you'll realize that the resources are very focused. You'll see a few optional resources this week, so you can tailor your learning based on your own professional trajectory and your experience. In a way, I've sort of saved the best for last because the OHI disability category includes students with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. In looking at my personal caseload over the last several years, students with attention challenges has always got the largest representation. In fact, when I speak to my colleagues, and maybe when you speak to your colleagues and look at your own caseloads, you'll see that there's a very high representation, especially if you're a special education teacher in the general education setting working in that collaborative model. So you may wonder, well, why did I save it till the end? It's because so many of the other accommodations and service models and modifications that we've discussed for other disability categories really can also support students with attention challenges. The other reason is that since OHI is an umbrella term, you've really got to have a strong understanding of those IDEA disability categories and the way that students are found eligible in order for it to make sense. I do want to take a moment to discuss the eligibility process when it comes to identifying students with ADHD under that OHI disability category. An important thing to recognize about ADHD is that collecting data is primarily based on observations made by the adults who work with the student and know the student best. So it's the teachers reporting, it's the parents reporting, it could be soccer coaches, the music teacher, the gen ed teacher, everyone sort of collecting data, and it's within the triangulation of that data that we could potentially see characteristics of student with attention challenges. It's really important, therefore, to make sure that we have the parent participating in this observation process. A lot of times schools, psychologists will utilize a rating scale, a behavior rating scale. They may give that to the parent, they may give that to the teacher, and they may give that to the case manager or that soccer coach to really take a look at the behaviors across multiple settings. And the reason there is that a student with attention challenges that we would potentially lead to an ADHD diagnosis would not just have trouble attending to tasks at school. They would have trouble attending to tasks at home when they're asked to clean their room, or when they're asked to take out the garbage, or when they're asked to follow multi-step directions at soccer practice. It wouldn't necessarily be cause for a disability, let's say, if they're only having trouble attending to tasks in the academic setting. As we saw with learning disabilities, it could be that in the academic setting, they're not attending because the work is too easy or too hard, or it's not a good instructional match. So it's really important to make sure that you have those data collection from multiple sources across multiple time periods. As far as assignments go this week, you'll submit your professional organization project. Be sure to follow the directions that are provided in terms of uploading. I want to make sure that your course mates are able to see your work, and conversely, you're able to see theirs. That due date for the research project, research paper, and the info share is coming up quick. So make sure that you're on the ball with that. Make sure you utilize all of the resources that we've provided, including using the VCU Writing Center and the libraries to make sure that you've got everything that you need. All right, as always, please let me know if you need anything, and I hope you have a great week.